Now I want to tell you a method so that you can add number of the stairs in a floor. So at first let's prepare a scene. So first of all, let's go to the view, and for example, now we want 10 or 12 levels or floors. Now, if you agree, let's learn the array right here as lines. So I go to modify and then select this and then array. But this time I use linear array. Right now we know the distance from each of these levels to the next level or to the last level. Can you say which one? To the next or to the last? That's right, to the next level, which is now 3.6D, so I changed this to second. Then I click on somewhere and type the distance, or we can do it by the mouse and just like this. Now I type it. Then I type the number, which is, for example, 10. And I also said I can change the number anytime I want. When you move your mouse on it, the number will be highlighted and then you can change it. Remember, when you increase the number of an object by this array, it becomes like group. We can open a box and then select them and then click on group from here. But if you select them all, you cannot find on group because the first one is not in group. When you click on filter and inactivate this, and then on group, you definitely know why these levels have not yet been added to the list of the project browser, because they have been copied. Array is a kind of copy. But how can we add them? View, plan view, floor plan, and that's it. And then we open a box and they are added. Then I go to level 1. Let me delete these. Then I draw a floor. Finish. Now, how can I increase the number of these floors? Oh, it has offset 2. Let me change it to 0. Now, how can I increase? You already know. That's right, I click on copy, not this copy, this one. Then align to selected levels. Then I select all of them and paste. Now, let's go to level 1 to draw stairs. And I don't want to care about the kind. We are now discussing increasing the number of the stairs. So I click on stair and then I draw a simple one here and here. Finish. Now I want to have the same staircase in every floor. Well, check this out. This thing that we are going to do now makes sense only the times that our floors have the same height. And definitely if each level has a different height, you just have to draw the staircases one by one for each floor. So now we want to discuss the ways that we can increase the number of the staircases in the floors while they have the same height. The first way, select the stair, click on copy and paste it, for example, until 9. This is actually not a very bad way and it's somehow common too, and you can use it. But let me tell you a problem that might happen to you while using this method. If we decide that these stairs need to be edited, we need to delete them all except the first one and then do the editing on the first one and again increase it. But the right way, which also belongs to Revit, is called multistory stairs. And also remember that this option is only in the 2018 and 2019 version. In the oldest versions, like 2017, 2016, the model is different. This one is specific for 2018 and 19. Alright, I select it first. After selecting the stair, you need to click on the select levels. When you click on it, two icons will appear. Connect levels, disconnect levels. And you can click on connect levels and then select your levels. Definitely we didn't have the levels in the 3D in 2018 version. And you cannot do this in the 3D. When you click on connect levels, it makes you go to view or the section. But in 2019, we can pick the levels from 3D too. Anyway, my advice is to do this in section or view. So I cancel it and do it one more time. Select the stair, click on select levels. Two icons will appear, connect levels and disconnect levels. You click on connect levels and then all the levels that these stairs are about to reach will be selected. So click on connect levels and then open a box and finish. And that's it. You see we have until the top. Now I get disappointed and I say I don't want to have any in the last two floors. So select it, and as you can see all of them will be selected, and then click on connect, disconnect levels. One more time. When you hold your mouse on one of the stairs, right, all of the stairs will be highlighted. So select it and then we can see this connect, disconnect levels. Again, I tell you that it's better to do this in the view. So I click on connect, disconnect, and then I go to view. We can do this in 3D, but it's better in the view. Now, this time I want to click on disconnect and say I don't want these two at the top. And then finish. And now what happens? Those two will be deleted. Therefore, when you make a multiple number of staircases by using this multi-story stairs, when you want to select it, actually all of the staircases will be selected so that you can increase or decrease the number of the levels by using connect or disconnect. Now a question, what if you want to edit these stairs? Maybe increase the width or even increase or decrease the number of the stairs. If you want to select it, all of the staircases will be selected and we can change only the levels. Well, I tell you how. In order to edit one staircase, you need to move your mouse on one of the staircases, tap once, and then click. After that, the connect disconnect will not appear anymore, but instead the edit stairs will appear. The good thing about this is that when you click on edit stairs, every other staircases will be put aside and you can do your editing on that single staircase, for example this way. And when you click on finish, everything we have changed about that staircase, all the changes will be transferred to the rest of the staircases too. Actually, this was the weakness of adding by allowing to selected levels, but here we don't have that problem anymore. When you edit one, all of them will be edited. So the point was that when you click on one staircase, all of them will be selected and then you can change the levels. But if you tap once and then click on it, the stair itself will be selected and then you can edit it. Now, let me tell you a few points. But first, let's go to the view. And let me give you a few questions. If I select the stairs and then click on connect, disconnect, and then disconnect a level in the middle, what do you think will happen to this staircase? Well, if I finish it, the two staircases will be one, and they will become a very big staircase. And I don't think it's very useful because this staircase does not match our design. It's just something that Revit wanted to create, that's all. Next question, if I change the height of a level, For example, this is now 10.18. So let me make it 11.50. Well, definitely it will update the stairs, but I don't think this update is that good because the stairs are being updated without we know what change is being made. Is it change in the height or the number of the stairs? We don't know that. So this one is not much useful either. But it's interesting that while you're doing this and then you tap on one of the staircases, those two will not be selected. But why? Because those two don't have the same height anymore. And definitely they can't work with the rest of the staircases anymore. Even if I click on the edit, you see we can't change them. Only the ones similar to each other. You can also stop some of the staircases that are similar from being edited if you want. For example, I tap on this and select it, and then I want to just unpin this staircase. And if I do that, it won't work with the rest of the staircases anymore. So, if I tap on the first staircase, you see that staircase will not be edited with these staircases. So, if you have a change of height in any staircases or unpin any of them, they will not be edited with other staircases. These are the points that are necessary to know if you want to increase the number of stairs. So I undo and we go for the last subject. Now, the last topic is that we definitely need to empty our floors. They can't be like this, they must be empty. Well, one way is to select the floor and then click on edit boundary and then empty the place. For example, now we are in level 5 and then we, for example, open a box and then design a hole. Now, do you think this is a good way? No, because we could just design this one and we just need to do it one by one. But there is a so much better way which is called shaft opening. Well, in the architecture headline, we have a part called opening, and one of the options there is called shaft opening. You can use this shaft opening if you want to design a hole from down to top with the same form. Just like you can see in the picture, shaft is a vertical volume that creates a hole in each floor on its way. It has nothing to do with the rest of the objects, only the floors. Of course, it creates a hole in ceiling too, but it's not our topic now. We will discuss it later. So let's go and see. For example, our hole starts from level 2. I click on shaft and then design the hole, which is completely up to you. Some people actually don't empty this part. Finish. Let's go to 3D. If you move your mouse around, you can find the shaft. So select it and then just like the walls, you choose a height for it. The base is from level 2 and the offset would be the same. Now, top constraint, which is unconnected, by change it to level 8. Alright, until we have the stairs. Now, if I change that offset to 0, you see it will not make the hole in this floor. So just keep that 50 or 20 centimeters offset. So that's what shaft does, creates a hole in all the floors in the same way. And definitely if you have a different staircase in the middle, well, let me select this, tap, unpin and edit only this one. For example, level 4. Well, now shaft cannot work anymore. You see, it means that your shaft can work only until, I think it's level 4, yes. You need to create a hole here manually and again another shaft. You need to edit this. Let me do it, We will fix here later. We need to create the hole here manually and again use the shaft, or we can also copy this shaft. It's in level 6. Paste to level 6. It's not possible to go until the top. There's another thing that I need to tell you, and you need to pay attention to it a lot, right? So, I pick the wall, and imagine I want to draw a wall in this corner, for example here, and then I want to draw some stairs. So, I copy this up to level 2, and then paste it up to level 8. And now I have nothing to do with the connections and attach and join. Then I go to level 1 and draw a staircase. Pay attention. For example here, based on this wall. Let me bring this down a bit. That's it. Now I want to have more of this, so I click on select levels and I go to 3D. Let's just use the 2019 options. Now I want to use shaft, and the point I want to tell you now is this. A lot of people believe that they need to just pick the shaft and do this. Now, can you say what is wrong with what I am doing right now? Finish. Then I select the shaft and up to level 10. Now, the problem to this method is that, let me isolate it so that you can see better. Now, what is this here? Do we have concrete there? No, we have beam there. So, the floor must not reach there. So, remember that anytime you have a stair or a void or anything in the corner, you need to drag your shaft until the end of that floor. You need to pay attention to this a lot, right? You see, now it's right. We will discuss it later, but know this point for now. The next point is the professional use of shaft for example, duct or void. Now, for example, you want to have a big void here. You can just click on shaft and say that this is a void. We usually design a cross on the voids or even on the ducts. Let me go to view. Here we design a cross to show this is a void or a duct or a place for stairs. You can go to annotate and then click on detail line and draw that line. But while you're using shaft, you can select the shaft and then click on edit sketch and then draw the line inside it by using symbolic line. You can draw the cross or this one, if you have seen they draw this in the duct. Now you have this in all the levels, and this is the advantage. Everywhere that we have shaft, you can see this symbolic line. Select it first and then edit it. Now here I have two lines on each other, so I select them and then separate them by filter. Or we can draw this normal cross. Oh, I picked the boundary line. Let me pick symbolic. You can draw the cross, and the good thing is that it will be in every level. Even if you select your shaft and move it, still it will be moved in all the levels. This is actually the advantage of shaft. For example, this stair, let me go to the site and I select this, all of it, and then copy and put it here, and also rotate it a bit. Now, what will happen? The stairs have been copied and the shaft has been copied with it. So, shaft is a very interesting tool because when the object moves, the whole of it will also move with it. For example, if you want to move a duct, all the holes of it will be moved with it. Now, you need to increase the number of one of the stairs that you have already drawn, or you can draw a new one, and then practice all these methods, all these points that I told you. You can copy and paste in the floors. Then you can use connect, disconnect levels, create a shaft and the sign on the shaft and everything. Just practice everything. Good luck.